Oh my God.
Bam. What are you doing?
Holy.
I'm so fucking irritated. This job that I'm at, this is their token of appreciation. Tell me what you think this is. You can't fucking guess what this is. It was in a nice little envelope. Thank you on the outside.
What is it?
I gotta get the fuck away from this job. Because if y'all feel like a token of a fucking appreciation is some fucking chicken, I gotta get the fuck away from here. I don't want this. Respectfully. I'm gonna eat the chicken because the chicken
I do.
that is coming from is a nice place. I'm gonna eat the chicken, but respectfully, I don't want this. Pay me what the fuck I'm worth. Why the fuck am I getting a token of appreciation for some fucking chicken? Some motherfucking chicken. Then when I text in the group chat and let them know that I feel like this is not a token of appreciation and it's not very much appreciated, the bitches ain't respond. Yeah, I gotta get the fuck away from these Fortune 500 companies. I don't know what the fuck this is, but this is bullshit.
They had a after she went in the group chat said this is not a token of appreciation, and they didn't respond. Oh, best believe they all had a little Zoom call together. They said, "See, Sally, I told you we should have got her some watermelon."
Just a quick reminder, if you are a part of the working class, do not let these jobs stress.
Hold on. Before we gotta address that news clip at the beginning where this woman fell out, and this dude did not want to get out of his seat to like try to catch her or try to go pick her up off the floor or anything. He must have had somebody in there in his microphone saying, "No, somebody else will get it. Stay right there. Keep talking to him." I'd have been like, "F that, man. She just fell on the floor." Unless, unless the way that the news stations are set up, because I really couldn't see below the belt. So it could be how people work remote jobs now, and sometimes they'll wear a nice dress shirt up top, and then they'll be like in their underwear below. So he might have some jogging pants on, and then just a suit top, and maybe he didn't want to expose that, but this woman just fell out of her seat sideways. Dude, get up and check on her. Y'all, before we get into the next clips, if you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
You the F out. Don't give them that power. Unless you're a surgeon or you have an essential job where you're saving lives, you're putting your life out there, you're giving back to the community. Ain't no job that serious. You should not be stressing over these jobs because they don't give a damn about you. I know there's so many of you out there giving everything to these jobs, killing yourselves. You're stressed, you're tired, you don't get to see your kid, you don't have much time with your spouse, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your family, your friends. You don't even have time for your damn self because you are drowning in this job. Before you come at me, oh, well, I need my job to survive. I got bills. We all got bills, okay? And that is not the only job you can get. I hate when people say that, oh, well, I can't. It is tough out there. Trust me, it's tough. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. Don't give up just because it's tough. I'm stuck at this job. No, the hell you're not. You are not stuck at that job, honey. Make the moves. Put the work in. Don't stop looking because there are jobs out there that are healthy. There are jobs out there that aren't toxic. There are jobs out there that care about you. I have been in that mindset for the longest time. I am programmed to believe that jobs are not supposed to be fun and it's work. Who actually has fun at work? And we all hate our jobs. We all have to get up in the morning. Deal with it. No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
deal with it. I don't want to wake up anymore for a job that I hate. I don't want to wake up anymore and go to work and deal with people that are toxic, that are not good for me. I don't need to put myself in those situations. I have a choice. And from now on, I'm going to do shit that makes me happy. This job don't make me happy. I'm going to find a new one. I know, easier said than done, but when is life ever that easy? You gotta work for everything you got. You had to work to get the job that you have now and you fucking hate it. Go put the work in to find a job that you love. You can't normalize toxic work environments, workplaces that don't care about you, that overwork you, overrun you, expect you to come in early, expect you to stay past your hours, give no bonuses. If you have a job that does that, hold on to it. We ain't playing games anymore.
The longer you work in corporate, the more you
I actually agree almost entirely with what she's saying. But we got to add the caveat, which is how you do it is everything. How you do it is everything. And here's what I mean. Yes, if you're in a toxic work environment, or if you just don't feel appreciated at your job, or maybe if you just feel like there's better somewhere out there, yes, try to find something else. Especially if you're not in even in a field that you actually enjoy, because that's the cheat code to life. You can actually find a career field that you actually enjoy going to work for the most part. Now, keep in mind, anything is going to be difficult when you have the obligation to do it. I don't care if you love playing video games. If you now signed a contract where you got to play video games from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, I guarantee you there's going to be days where you don't feel like doing it and you want to do something else. That's just how we're wired. That's just how we're programmed. But staying on track, I think how you do it is everything. And by how you do it, I just mean you don't just quit your job and take a leap of faith. That's what I see a lot of people out here trying to do now. And it's because they want to be comfortable and they want to take a little bit of time to be able to just have their free time and just kind of do whatever they want and blow through their savings. That's not the way you do it. You do a lateral move. So while you have your job, you don't just quit your job and then say, I'm going to try to look for another job, because that can end out horrible. You should be looking for the other job while you still have the job. And what you'll find is that that pretty much cuts out all risk to you. And you may be able to find something better. But also, what you may have to explore is what if you're working in a certain field, let's just say you're working at McDonald's, you may have to also explore and do some soul searching and try to understand, like, what is it that I really want to do that would be worth it for me to do, that would be able to pay a livable wage, ideally a more than livable wage. And it's something that either I would enjoy to do or something that I wouldn't mind to do, so that it can enable me to enjoy to do the things that I like to do. So, for example, an example of that would be, maybe you don't really like coding, but maybe, shoot, you could get used to the working from home lifestyle and just kind of doing what you have to do. But, in coding, it may pay, a salary where you're making over 200 grand. So you like traveling though, and you're single. So now you will work a coding job because it enables you to be able to do what you actually love, which may be traveling and documenting you traveling, and maybe that's your passion. That's one way. Or you could actually just find a job that you actually like to do. If you like cars, if you like working on cars, there are jobs where you can work on cars and you can try to become the best at that. You could try to become world class at that. And life would have a lot of color at that point and be very fun. But let's stay on top of it. Ultimately, you don't have to stay in a toxic place. And what you might find is that when you end up in that new spot, in that new place, you'll be like, man, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wasted so much time at that other place. I didn't realize there was better out here. And then now you're working a job where you may even be getting paid more, and you may love going to work. You may can't wait to get up and go to work. So you got to explore that, especially if you're unhappy.
realize the people making the decisions rarely understand the work. Like, the people that are managing you have never actually done the job that they're managing. So they have no sympathy towards you. They have no understanding of what you're actually going through. So they're making your job harder and harder and harder every day.
Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to these jobs, fuck these people and their job. These people don't care about you or nothing that you have going on. All they care about
is you showing up for their job and you doing what you supposed to do. They don't give a damn about your family. They don't give a damn because your children's sick. They don't give a damn because your husband ill, your mama ill, your father ill. They don't give a damn about nothing you got going on in your family or your personal life. As long as you do what they need you to do, that's all they care about. Fuck them jobs. Get the fuck on.
Quit my job today.
Well, here's the thing, man, because we got to be fair and we got to explore both sides of the coin. And that's what I like to do over here. I like to be objective. So she probably has a valid point that they don't necessarily care about your family or what you have going on. But do you care about what they have going on? Let's be honest. Let's be real. We want to keep it real. Do you care? Do you when it comes to your boss, do you care about the certain metrics that he has to keep? Otherwise, if he doesn't keep it, and especially if it's going to be attached to other people, so he really doesn't have much control of other people's metrics, but that's his job to have control of that. Are you thinking of it that deeply as far as this person has to hit certain things? Otherwise, he could be seen as not good at his job and then get fired and then lose all his job stability, as well as upper management positions are much harder to replace than, a regular job where you're the worker on the front lines. Management, the higher you go up the ladder, the harder it is to laterally move unless you just have some incredible accomplishments. But if he's not hitting those accomplishments and he has nothing to tout and nothing to go off of in order to get another position somewhere else at a higher management position, then he could be screwed. Do you think about those type of pressures for them? And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm on either side. Um, I'm just thinking from a fair place. You don't care about them, they don't care about you. Let's just call spade a spade. So we have to understand that. We have to verbalize that. We have to know that. We have to be clear on that. We can't be gaslit to thinking otherwise about that. And then what will come when you actually realize that and accept that is you'll have peace. And then now you can actually make more clearer decisions on what's best for you and what's best for your career and what's best for your future and your family's future. And then you don't have to be resentful either way. Neither side cares about either side. Let's just be real. Now, will I agree on this? And here's where I'll give her some slack, because I will say that the corporation will try to give you the impression that they do. They will try to give you the impression like we are a family and this, that, and the third, and we care. And how's the baby's doing? How's the newborn? And then they will lay you off. If they will be cutthroat, and none of that will matter. I agree. That can happen. That does happen. That is the reality. So I can understand why one side may talk about it more than the other. So actually, I give her more credit on what she's saying. She's right. And I understand as well why she's expressing it, because one side, which is usually the employer, will go out of their way to try to convince you that they care when it's clear that they don't. But I feel like candidates do as well in the interview, but it's kind of forced because the leverage is more so typically on the corporation side. So you know that you're competing with a lot, so you don't want to do anything or say anything that could take you out of the running. So I see why she is bringing it up, and my main point is just accept the fact that neither side really, both sides will, and if you don't, you should. Both sides should do what's in their best interest for their future, because you're going to ultimately be responsible for that.
This this isn't some type of, you know, wanting anyone to feel sorry for me. I guess I'm a content creator now, so today was a breaking point for me. Um, th- th- this has nothing to do with, you know, trying to pursue content. this is just me just being vulnerable, sharing, some of my hardships. I know my content look positive, which my content is positive, but despite me having my life together, right? Slow it down. I know some of y'all may ask, oh, well, why'd you quit your job? So I quit my job today because I got tired of the abuse, right, by someone, who's like great friends with the president, and then not the president of the United States, but the president of our company. And he feels he
I'm gonna be real. I'm not laughing at that joke. I'm laughing at the fact that he's trying to like rationalize it. Just say you got emotional about something. Say you got pissed off and you did the easy thing. That's what happened. Let's just be real. Look at his face right there. He got emotional. He's trying to, you know, hide it and trying to like give a rational explanation because he's still emotional. Right now, he's still emotional, and that's why he had to come online. Listen, man, endurance is a skill. Endurance is a skill, and being able to endure and detach to be able to make sure that you're setting yourself up right. We're gonna finish hearing the rest of his story before I really chime in, but I'm gonna just say that, and then maybe we'll touch back on it. But maybe he'll clear it up, and maybe there's more to it that we got to consider.
can, just disrespect and just, just talk to people any kind of way. I've learned how to, internalize, just tough conversations and being able to not take nothing right personal, right? Like, but today was my breaking point. Yeah, today was my breaking point, and I flipped on that guy. And
I didn't I tell you?
honestly, it hurts because
Didn't I tell you?
like my mom didn't raise me to be rude to my elders, or he told me to stick around. I'm sorry, slow it down. Whatever. He's like, please don't leave. I can't lose you. Let me figure some things out. You wasn't in the wrong. This wasn't your fault. But you was defending yourself. Every man has a breaking point, and today was mine. Lucky for me, I saved my money, and I'm good. I can honestly, I might just take a break, or I don't know. I don't really like sitting around too much. But I said I was done just because it's like it it it, it was I, no one should have to put up with you know mental abuse, verbal abuse, from anybody in the workforce, right? And like I said, I'm being vulnerable with you guys. I just kind of feel like I just have to share it because this is the stuff that people don't show, right? Like I don't want people to feel like, oh, my life is just so perfect, right? Because I've been so stressed with work. I don't even know how I've even found the time to vlog and make content on the side with my crazy travel and work schedule. But I made it happen. But today was my breaking point.
Come with me to quit my.
So think about this, right? He spazzed out on the guy when he went off. He blew up. He reacted, and they even tried to salvage it and basically kind of give it to him and say, "Hey, man, we're not gonna hold this against you. We get it. He was in the wrong, or maybe the guy said I was in the wrong, or whatever." And they told him, "We can't afford to lose you." That would have been an opportunity to just go ahead and like put your pride to the side, keep your job, and then start looking for another job if it's really that deep. That way you still got the money coming in. But see, he really lost it. He really flew off the handle. I could tell. And I want to say this because for my fellas, man, listen, I used to be prone to that. I used to be prone to that. A lot of pride. I think highly of myself, and I don't want to be buck broken. And freedom is very important to me because I don't want to have to not be authentic whatsoever. However, I want to make this very clear. It takes more strength to show restraint than to do the easy thing, which was what he did, which was to react. It takes more strength to show restraint. Before I get on here and I do these videos, I always ask God for restraint because I know how I can be. And when I ultimately, eventually, really show everything and really kind of let it all hang out, it's going to be intentional. It's not going to be because I'm reacting to something and I actually reacted, right? It's going to be because like I'm making the intention to give a little bit more. But restraint could have helped him here because even in that situation, I think he could have still made the point that he doesn't do the disrespect while still being professional and not flying off the handle and ultimately embarrassing himself. You can still be professional and say, hold on, I need to take a second because I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. That's a boundary of mine that I have. And I think we need to take a break here. And then you should document it, whatever you need to do. But that would be restraint. That would be you still being in control. And control is powerful. But instead, what it appears is maybe this person was envious of him for some reason. The guy seems like he probably is a genuine guy and has personality and, isn't hurting in any aspect of his life. So possibly that does happen at jobs. People are envious of you because they may have the upper hand at work, but they can tell in your life you live a great life, right? And that could happen. But it seems like he allowed him to play him out of his position. And so I hope this is a learnable lesson for him. I've had those lessons. Um, but I think he could have salvaged that. And I think it didn't have to go that way, but he could have still made his point. But I think that, he had that devil on his shoulder. And I think that day the devil won. But y'all, we're going to leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes smaller content creators to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller content creator, we actually get more points per hype. So it's designed for smaller content creators. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.